Tips for fishing in murky water. When fish vision is limited, hey there, fishing fanatics. Happy new day and welcome back to Fishing 24 Hours, your go-to channel for killer fishing tips, tricks, and stories that make every trip epic. Picture this. After a big rain, the river turns muddy, water flows slow, and the surface looks dead quiet, like not a single fish is stirring. Most folks would pack up thinking it's a bust, but here's the truth. This is prime time for some surprising float dips. Murky water isn't a dead end. It's a golden opportunity for big catches if you know the tricks. Let me share a story from just over a year ago in Mississippi. I was fishing a creek near my hometown, and the water was murky as chocolate syrup after a storm rolled through. The sky was overcast, and I was about to call it quits when I ran into Old Man Hank, a local fishing legend. He glanced at the water and grinned. Murky water? Still bites, son. If you play it right. Use strong-smelling bait, give your rod a little shake to make some vibrations, and you'll have fish in no time. I followed his lead, tying on fresh shrimp mixed with some fishy stink bait, dropping it in and giving my rod a gentle twitch. Less than a minute later, my float wiggled. I set the hook boom, a 1.5-pound catfish. Over the next 2 hours, Hank and I filled a bucket with fish catfish, crappie, even a decent base, all solid keepers. That day taught me murky water isn't a reason to give up. It's a chance to haul in big fish with the right approach. In this video, we'll uncover why murky water is a goldmine, how to use strong-scented baits, create vibrations to attract fish, pick the best spots, and stay safe. We've got 2 real-life stories from the US to fire you up, plus practical tips, beginner advice, and safety notes to make you a murky water pro. These tricks work in rivers, lakes, or ponds across America. For fish like catfish, crappie, or bass. So, grab a cold soda, get comfy, and let's turn muddy water into your fish jackpot. Why do fish bite in murky water? 3 big reasons. First, when visibility is low, fish rely on their sense of smell and lateral line, a sensory organ that picks up vibrations to find food. Strong scents and subtle movements are your keys to getting their attention. Second, murky water makes fish less cautious, so they're bolder about cruising near shore or in shallow areas to feed. Third, after rain, worms, bugs, minnows, and sediment get washed into the water, creating a natural buffet that draws big fish. These factors make murky water a prime time for savvy anglers. Lots of folks see muddy water and give up, thinking fish can't see to bite. But actually, this is when big fish get active, especially in food-rich spots near shore. The secret is using baits with strong smells, creating gentle vibrations, and fishing the right spots. With the right techniques, you'll turn murky water into a fish magnet, where big catches are waiting to strike. Let's dive into the practical tips to master fishing in muddy water. First, choose baits with a strong smell to grab fish attention. In murky water, fish rely on scent over sight, so baits like night crawlers, live shrimp, ground-up baitfish, or dough bait mixed with fermented stink are top picks. Night crawlers left to ripen for a few days for extra fishy odor, spread scent far, attracting catfish or carp. Live shrimp, chopped or whole, create a scent cloud that pulls fish in from a distance. Dough bait mixed with stink bait or fish oil dissolves fast, perfect for crappie. To boost the scent, add a touch of attractants like tuna oil or anise for wider reach. Prep your bait to be compact and secure on the hook to handle grass or light currents. If using dough bait, mix in some clay to help it sink and stay put. Drop your bait in shallow areas near shore, close to grass, tree roots, or soft bottoms where fish lurk. Use a sinker just heavy enough, about 1/16 to 1/8 ounce, to keep your bait in place, but looking natural, like food washed in by rain. This tricks fish into thinking it's an easy meal. Next, create vibrations to help fish find your bait. In murky water, fish use their lateral line to detect movement. After dropping your bait, give your rod a gentle twitch every 2 to 3 seconds to create small ripples. Use a jerk pause twitch technique. Cast, let it settle, twitch lightly, pause, then repeat. This mimics a moving prey, sparking fish to strike. Avoid shaking too hard to prevent spooking fish, especially in shallow water. Pick prime spots where food gathers in murky water. Target channel mouths, grassy banks, tree roots, or areas with gentle swirls. These are usually 1.5 to 6 feet deep, where big fish congregate. Avoid strong currents, as scents and vibrations don't spread well. Watch for signs like bubbles, small ripples, or debris caught in grass. These signal fish feeding below. In places like Mississippi's Yazoo River, channel mouths, or grassy banks after rain are hotspots for catfish and crappie. When you hit a river, lake, or pond, walk the bank to scout these spots. If you see murkier water in one area or bugs piling up, that's where fish are waiting. Use a long stick to probe if you feel grass, roots, or a soft bottom. You've hit a fish magnet. After heavy rain, target near-shore areas where sediment flows in, as natural food draws fish. Patience and scouting will lead you to hot spots most anglers miss. A trick to boost success is chumming lightly first. Toss a few bits of worm, shrimp, or stink bait into your spot. Wait 10 to 15 minutes for the scent to spread, then cast your hooked bait there. This creates a feeding frenzy, drawing fish in and making them eager to bite. In murky water, strong scented baits and subtle vibrations are the perfect combo to hit the fish jackpot. Casting technique needs to be gentle to avoid spooking fish. Use a 6 to 10 foot ultralight rod or a cheap spinning setup with a soft tip for precise casts. A 4 to 8 pound test line is thin enough to be invisible, but strong enough for big fish like catfish or bass. Use a sensitive float, like a feather float or a lead bobber for evening fishing, to catch light bites. Set your float so the bait hovers just above the bottom, about 8 to 20 inches deep in the strike zone. Keep your line just taut enough to feel bites, but loose enough to look natural. Watch your float closely. If it twitches, wait. When it dips sharply or pulls steadily, set the hook lightly to avoid snapping the line.
Ow.
In gentle currents, cast slightly upstream so the flow carries your bait naturally to fish. Avoid strong currents, where fish struggle to locate bait. This makes your bait look like food drifting in, triggering strikes. The best times to fish in murky water are right after rain. When water's just turned muddy, especially from 4:30 to 7 a.m. or 4:30 to 6:30 p.m., fish are most active then, cruising near shore to feed. Cloudy days or post-rain periods are prime, as murky water hides fish, making them less wary. Get there early to cast as fish start moving, and skip flashlights at dusk to keep them calm. Here's another real-life story to prove it works. One afternoon in Arkansas, I was fishing a riverbank when the water was muddy as coffee after a storm. A group of buddies 50 yards away kept grumbling, "No way fish bite in this mess." I stuck with it, using bloodworms and twitching my rod every 2 to 3 seconds. Within 15 minutes, I landed 4 crappie, each over a pound. My buddies saw me pulling fish and rushed over to ask my secret. I just grinned and said, "When fish can't see, you make 'em smell and feel you. 2 fish murky water like a pro, prep smart. Pack baits like worms, shrimp, or stink bait, kept fresh in a cooler. Light line, and thin float. Checking your line for wear. Chum first. Drop your bait near grass or roots. Twitch lightly and stay quiet. If no bites after 15 minutes, chum again or try another spot. Just for conditions after heavy rain, fish closer to grass. In light flows, use a 1/16 ounce sinker to keep bait steady. Safety's critical in murky water. Muddy water hides obstacles like rocks or logs, so move carefully. Avoid soft, muddy banks that can collapse. Watch the current to avoid slipping, especially in deep rivers or channels. If fishing in deep spots, wear a life jacket for safety. A little caution keeps your trip fun and safe. New to fishing? Murky water is a great place to learn. Try a creek's grassy edge, using a cheap rod, feather float, and worms. Log where bites come like crappie near roots. Don't worry if bait snags. Adjust your cast. Fishing in muddy water builds observation and twitching skills, setting you up for big catches. To level up, practice casting accurately, twitching your rod and watching your float. Spend trips targeting channel mouths or grassy banks after rain, timing light hook sets. For homemade baits, ensure a strong smell like fish oil or stink bait. In crowded spots, pick a quiet corner to keep fish calm. These details turn murky water into your trophy zone. Fishing in murky water isn't as tough as folks think. Just remember the golden trio: strong scent, vibrations, and the right spot. Every time I drop bait in muddy water, it feels like unlocking a hidden fish vault. When the float dips slowly, my heart races, hands grip the rod. That's a moment only anglers get. Whether you're a rookie or a veteran, these tricks will make you a murky water master. That's it, folks. We've covered fishing in murky water fish bite, using strong scented baits, creating vibrations, picking hot spots, and staying safe. I hope you're pumped to try this out. Smash that like, share with your fishing crew, and subscribe to Fishing 24 Hours for more killer tips. Got a murky water story from America's rivers or lakes? Drop it in the comments, I'm all ears. Tight lines and big catch, see you next time.